Hello! Welcome to VIPanda's very important panda interview series. My name is Danielle, and I am the creator of VIPanda. And as of yesterday evening, I'm back in Berlin after an awesome weekend in Chicago, where I got to meet so many awesome VIP Kid teachers. And some of our VIPanda users like ESL with Gabrielle was there, VIP Kid Guy, Lauren Pitts, online teaching community mentor, and your VIP Kid Journey, and so many other teachers. So today we are going to chat with our VIPanda, Kasey. And you can find her on Instagram. Her Instagram handle is teacherkaseyx. So I'm going to look for her request and bring her on. Okay, here she comes. Hello. I'm sorry about that. Somehow our live got interrupted. Great to have you back.
Thank you.
Let's continue. So we talked about that you really want to travel to Australia. That would be awesome.
Yes, Australia, and I really want to go to Croatia too. There's the Sea Organ, and if you Google or go on YouTube and look up the Sea Organ, and it's in Croatia. I don't know if it's in Zanzibar or it's somewhere. I don't know. It's like one of the only things. Just look up Sea Organ, Croatia, and it'll come up. And it's this man. He built this. It's a sea organ, and he built it like into the coast. So as the tide rolls in and comes out, it actually plays music. It's actually like an organ, but it's like big steps almost. And
okay, I want to go down too.
And at night it like lights up. It's like a light show. You could walk on it and on top of it, and just like listening to the ocean and the sea organ. It sounds phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you could go to like Italy and then over to Croatia. You could make that like one little tour. That sounds amazing.
Absolutely.
Thank you for telling me about that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Of course. I hope maybe you can go someday too.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to hear about I talked about your teaching journey. How did you get into online teaching?
Yeah, so my friend, her name is Cassie, and I met her. We were both elves.
You were both elves. What?
We were both Christmas elves during the Christmas season.
Yeah.
And she's also an actor, so we met doing that, and we knew about each other's backgrounds, how we were into teaching, and she was like, well, look, I just started teaching with VIP Kid, and I think you'd really be interested. And I was like, yeah, that sounds really cool. I got certified in Italy a few years ago, and I've not really done anything with it. It's just been sitting there collecting a little dust. So I was like, that sounds really awesome. And so she was like, I'll help you through the entire thing. Just let me know any questions you have. And like through the whole process, she was, giving me little updates, because I think I have not been able to refer anyone yet. But she's she helped me with the whole referral process, or getting referred. And
oh, that's great.
Yeah, it was very sweet, very sweet. She just, anything I had, any time of day, she would she would talk to me and be like, how's it going, I see this is happening, and just keep going. And so yeah, it was really nice to have her. She was so helpful. And so I got into it, and now I just passed my year birthday.
Yay, congratulations.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy. It just happened around February 18th, so almost a month ago. But it's been so cool. I've taught over 2,100 classes now.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, and in 1 week alone, this is towards the beginning, I taught 122 classes in the 1 week.
That's a lot. That's more than I ever did. And I did a lot. Like, okay, so I saw that in your interview, and I thought, that was crazy. How did you do it?
It was interesting. So I didn't even know it was gonna happen. I was just like, it'd be nice to get, because at the time I was getting like 20, 30 classes a week.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I was like, I'm gonna open all of the slots and
And
just see
see
what
what
happens.
happens. Uh-oh.
And I did, and I guess, on their social media they must have like had a little crazy thing going because all of a sudden it happened, and then I wrote on a Facebook group, I was like, oh my gosh, this just happened, and wow, it's gonna be fun getting through this.
Mm-hmm.
And then people were like, yeah, so their social media must have just blown up since you
And
opened.
there's no turning back, right? It's like,
No, I
okay,
was like, no, I can't
here we
say
go.
anything.
Pull up your socks.
Yeah.
Is that when you got
Right.
Feedback Panda?
Yeah, yes, I had feedback, and no, yeah. So I was so happy that I had Feedback Panda. Oh my gosh, if I didn't, like, Feedback Panda really has helped me so much. As I was getting it, I got it after the first couple of months of teaching,
Mm-hmm.
and so I had another job. I was working for Express, the clothing company at the time, and I was like driving several hours a day just like to get to and from work. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. And then I saw about Feedback Panda on Facebook, and I was like, I need something that will really help me with my feedback and time, because this is just taking so much time just, to do feedback on my own. And so I looked into it, Googled it a little bit, and then, I was like, this sounds amazing. So I was like, Feedback Panda sounds like a total lifesaver. And then
So you had it before the 120 classes.
I did. I think it
Oh,
was pretty close to like right before that happened. It was like good timing. I don't know what I would have done. It would have been like it would have been like my whole life would be feedback.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably still be doing it, typing away.
So one of my questions for you is like, what kind of adjustments did you have to make, or what kind of challenges did you have when you first got started? So I guess maybe getting booked was one, and that was kind of like the reason why you opened up your schedule.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Getting booked, I see teachers post when they first start, and still, all the time I'm seeing posts about I've been going for months and I've not had any students, or I've had just like, a couple students. How are you guys doing it? And that is something that I could maybe suggest if they don't have another job, is maybe just opening up everything you can, and then it should open up the floodgates for you, hopefully. I mean, it did for me, so maybe it can for for other teachers that are like wanting more money and more classes and students. I think that's really helpful. That was a challenge at first, but I learned so much through that, though, getting over that. I got a lot of regular students through that as well, like some of my students that I'm still teaching now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was months and months ago, and so now I have like tons of regular students, and I'm very thankful that I did have that unexpected experience, because it's gotten me where I am today, and I think it really made me learn really quickly. So
yeah, good for you
to overcome such these hurdles, and teaching just back to back to back. I think I taught like, I don't know, 20 classes back to back, and like every night sometimes. And my dad, he was like, you're crazy, and I was like, you kind of wanted me to do this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I think it's wonderful that you challenged yourself, and like you said, you learned so much in that time. So yeah, you really don't know what you're capable of, and then to come out with different methods and regular students, that's great.
Right. Absolutely. Well. Thank you so much. It was amazing. And then also at first, and still sometimes it happens, where I have a problem with my headphones and finding good headphones. And so I've been through 7 or 8 pairs of headphones now.
Oh my gosh.
And these ones I have now, they're the Logitech, so
okay.
these are, it's weird because these are actually the second pair that I got. And they were the cheapest ones. I got them at Walmart. And I didn't really like them because like the little ear holes are really small. So they like sit on my ear here, and they're not like the most comfortable brand or headphones. But they've worked the best. Like I've seriously gotten headphones and like the next day they stopped working, or
Oh,
yeah, and I was like, is it my computer? Does it just reject any headphones I get, or what is happening? Like I wrote on Facebook too. I was like, teachers, what are you using? And some of them did say like the Logitech, and I think it was like the same exact model too. And I was like, yeah, okay. And I got another pair of a different brand, and it's like sitting in a box. I'm like, just in case this one gives out, maybe.
yeah. Backup headphones.
Yeah. So had a couple of
Okay.
challenges.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
So let's get more into like your life with teaching. How does teaching online complement your lifestyle?
Yes, that's a great question. As I was kind of talking about before, is I had other jobs and I was driving so far to get to these jobs, and I was living in like different cities, and so I would drive like hours. And also with acting, and I love acting, it's so amazing, but with acting, I was living in a small town in like the country, and then I would have to drive to Denver or to, Colorado Springs or the cities to get, to my gigs. And so it'd be like 5 hours there, 5 hours back. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much driving and traveling. And, I love this. And I love, you have to make a living, you have to make money and, do what you love. But, it's really crazy. And so teaching online has helped me in ways that, I could just roll out of bed and just look in the mirror, fix up, do little touch-ups if I need to, and then just open up my computer a little bit in advance to make sure everything's okay, and then just get going, and I don't have to like get in my car, go to get gas. And it saved me so much money
Oh, yeah.
since I've started because of that, and not having to go to the gas station and get gas every week. It's been just like VIPanda. This job has also been a lifesaver, and
Yeah, absolutely.
it's nice. I know I don't have any kids. I know most other teachers do, and it's like, I mean, I know, I can only imagine what it's done for those teachers, because if I had kids, I'd be here and it'd be amazing,
The flexibility that the job gives you, right? And you're right, I always think about commuting as wearing down like just your time. But yeah, the expense of gas and everything on top of that, that's one of the biggest benefits too, is that you can just have the flexibility of working from your home. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's really nice on the bank account. It saves.
So that
It
brings me
saves
to
me
like your personal goals. What personal goals have you been able to achieve through, what has online teaching enabled you to achieve in your personal goals?
So it's helped me because I love traveling and I love seeing the world. And so it's helped me, I get to save, and then I'm like, oh, I get to go and travel. I get to go see this place. And hate's a bad word. I don't like taking time off from this right now because I have so many regulars that it's like, I don't want to take days off because I feel bad if I have to refuse them. But at the same time, it's like, you just have to do it sometimes,
Yeah.
And so, actually, in a few weeks is my birthday.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm just like, I'm going to take this one day off. And then in May, I'm planning a trip to Boston. And so
Okay.
I'm just like, and I want to start doing more trips a little bit more often, like maybe a couple times a year.
Mm-hmm.
Because now I'm finding that with this job, I am actually saving enough to where I can do things like this. I can go and do that. And then I'll be able to do more like photography and things like that because right now I'm not really doing a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, it's helping me because with acting, it's hard to get gigs that are paying.
Yes,
And
especially.
so,
Yeah.
yes, I mean, it's so fun, it's amazing, but it is, it's one of those challenges. And so,
Because you love it so much, it feels like you could do it for free, but it is work.
absolutely,
Yeah.
it is. It is. I mean, and it's so fun. I feel like on set, it's like, I feel like I'm at a playground, like, how kids love playgrounds. It's like that's their deal. And I feel like whenever I'm on set, it's my playground.
Mhm.
And with this job, I feel like it's okay if I don't get paid for acting. And I've done so many things and I've met many friends through acting and I've gotten different things like with friends. They were like, you'll be perfect for this part. I'm making this film, so why don't you why
Mhm.
don't you be in it? And I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. And so it's definitely helped me a lot that way. And now I might possibly get like a TV show. So I mean, I don't know, it's
Yay! That's
yeah,
exciting.
yeah.
I know it. I'm a artist as well. I'm a singer, and I know that through working with VIP Kid, it makes it so you don't have to put that pressure on your art to pay your bills. You can have the
Yes.
solid foundation, you have the security, and then any gigs that you get on top of that are bonus, and you can really put yourself into them without the stress of knowing that they have to like pay for your rent.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get that, and that's
Mhm.
really great. And in German they say I'm pushing my thumbs, or it's like fingers crossed
Oh,
for you for your TV show.
oh, thank you. Thank you
Yay!
so much.
So okay, let's. I want to get to like your in class stuff. I want to hear about your favorite in class moment.
Yes. So that was just recently. It was in the past month and a half, I would say. And it was with one of my regular students, and his name is Andy, and that's his English name.
Mhm.
And he's one of the sweetest students I've ever had. And he's been one of my students almost since the beginning. He was one of the originals. And I've just seen him grow so much, and he's kind of shy of nature typically, and he's opened up so much to me. Now it's like every time we have class, he'll be like, "Hi, Kasey, hi."
Oh, yeah.
And it's like really excited, and so one of my favorite moments is that with him, I actually got to learn his Chinese name, and it was in one of the classes. It's level 4. I think it's the culture unit, something like that in VIP Kid. And he, so it says, "What is your Chinese name?" Because we're learning about like China and different types of things in China and like the culture and everything. And so I was like, "So Andy, I know your English name is Andy, but what is your Chinese name?" And he was like, he got really excited, and he was like, "Oh," and he was like writing it, and he wrote it in Chinese, and then he wrote like it how I could read it. He wrote like
Oh,
in
okay.
the letters, and so
Hmm.
I was like, "Oh," and so he said it, and then I said it, and he got so excited, and I was like, "Oh, yeah,
Yay!
this is so amazing." And I was like, I'm so happy now I know your name. And I like wrote it in Feedback Panda. It's so nice. You could have like little notes on the student. So I
Hmm.
like wrote it in my notebook, and then I was like, I'm putting this in. So I wrote it there. And now like I call him by either name, but he gets so excited. His face lights up, and that was one of
Oh,
my top favorite moments.
oh, that's so nice. And I
Yeah.
know that you have another favorite maybe prop, is it? Because I know that like humor is really important to you when it comes to teaching and like
Yeah.
a tool for the classroom. So can you tell us about this special prop?
Yes, absolutely. So it is, I like to draw pictures sometimes, and there is, can actually, while I'm talking, I can do it because it's fast. But there is a class, and it's the animal body parts, and it's a test in that unit, and the
Hmm.
test is there's a question, and it's a shark about a shark, and it says, does the shark have fins or legs? And usually the student will get it right, pretty much every time. And so
Hmm.
this is a really bad drawing of it, by the way.
Well,
But
I
I'll
know, I
let
think
you
the
know.
original is on your phone, right? And you can't
It
exactly
is
show
on my
us your
phone.
phone. I didn't think of that before.
That's okay. That's okay.
Thanks for
I
rolling
just need
with
to.
it.
No, that's okay. I just need to maybe fix the tail. I do need to print it out, actually. That would be really good. But I draw the shark, and then I draw it with legs.
Yeah.
And and then I might have, like, a shark has legs, fins, and then they'll
That's a
always
really
be
good
like,
drawing. That's way better than anything I would be able to do just like off the cuff.
oh, thank you. Thank you. But
You should get some cards for the drawing, for sure.
oh, thank you. It's definitely one of my favorites, and I've gotten to teach it a lot lately, especially. I have a lot of regular students that are like in the same um in the same kind of area right now in that unit. And so, like, in the past couple of weeks, I've gotten to show like 4 students my lovely drawing. And
That's the best. It's like favorite lesson, yes.
oh, it is. Every time I get that lesson, I'm like, yes. So excited. I'm like, score. And then I show my students, and then just every time you can just see they start cracking up. They start giggling so much.
Oh.
And I love to see that. As you said, I love using humor in my class and making students laugh. I feel like that is a way, it's like a gateway to open up the students to feel more comfortable. And, in the classroom, I know in a lot of Chinese classrooms, I've never taught in China, but just from some of the students I've had, and some have told me that it's like really strict in a lot of the classrooms there, and they don't really laugh or joke around, and they don't, it's just very like and so I like to try to, bring that into the classroom. And I know some students are a little on the serious side, and that's fine too. It's a little hard
But
to.
that's even more special, right? Like if you have a very serious student and then you finally like break that shell and make them laugh, it's like an extra challenge.
Yes, absolutely. It's so amazing, and I feel like I have different things like that.
Oh.
Wait, so I love these. I got these at the Dollar Tree.
Mhm.
So, but I use these in level 1 right now, particularly, and I put them on, and we have to like teach look, and so I'll be like,
Oh,
look,
and you can
look,
like,
yes,
yeah,
I'm like, look, and they're
what a great
like,
idea.
look, and they're like looking everywhere, and then I'm like, look up. And
That's awesome.
it's great. This is another one of my favorite props. So anybody that, doesn't have these, I would highly suggest you get those, especially if you're teaching the little guys, because they really, I'll even hear like the mom or dad on the side, they'll be like on the side, kind of helping them out a little bit. And then I'll just hear them like just start
Giggling.
laughing.
Yeah.
And then the student will laugh, they'll be laughing. And I'm just like, yes, it's a video I'm going to be posting on my Instagram. I like to post funny little tidbits that happen in my classroom sometimes. So, anyone that follows me,
Yeah. And if you
they.
don't follow Kasey yet, you should follow her because you'll get tips like that. Awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
It's
so
just fun.
speaking of, do you have any advice or words of wisdom to teachers who are just starting out?
Yeah, so there are a couple of things that I would like to tell teachers. So first of all, teaching online, it's definitely a breath of fresh air to me. It to me it's like my photography. I get to I mean, it's a new experience, and every class is going to be different. And even if you have regular students, you might learn things about, your students in different classes. And sometimes you might find little challenges here and there, but it's important just to keep going and to not give up, just like the tortoise and the rabbit.
Yeah.
like the turtle, you have to keep going, even if sometimes the going is a little rough. You just gotta rough it out, and you gotta get there, because at the end of the day you really appreciate it, and you're so grateful to have such an amazing job. And also, I feel like the Dollar Tree and Target, you get like cheap little toys and props for
Mm-hmm.
if you're starting out. That's really helpful. It saves a lot of money if you really want to get some props. And also, there are different online Facebook groups with each teaching job that you have. Like, I know Magic Years has them, and VIPkid does too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important to look at these groups, and they have files, and to just check out. You could get free maybe rewards or different ideas for your classes. Like if you need something with animals or farm animals or something, then you just look it up and you'll find it there, and you can just like print it out or draw it, and then you don't even have to go buy anything.
Yeah.
So that's also really nice. And then also, I feel like for taxes, it's important to put money aside every paycheck for taxes,
That is,
because
yes.
yes,
So it's not
because
like
at the end
scary.
you're going to yes, just so you're not surprised. Like it's not, like the B&M schools, you're not getting that taken out of your paycheck. You're having to pay at the end of the year or beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And so, just so it's not a complete shock to you, it's important to maybe have like a little extra account in your bank account that you just set aside money every time you get paid.
Mm-hmm. Every month. Yeah. That is
It's really
really good
helpful.
advice. I think it's something that we don't often hear, because the money is kind of like, yes, we're getting paid, but don't think
Right.
about it. That sounds like a dad tip, or something that you might have, um, from acting and always kind of being a contractor. That sounds like a tip from
Yeah. Yeah.
great.
I've learned a bit along the way, and yeah, definitely a dad or mom tip. I used to work for my mom, and she was always like, take out it. At first it was like, take out 10% of your check, and now it's risen a lot, so now I take out like 30% of my check and just like put it away, so I'm completely safe, and I don't have to worry when taxes come. I'm not like, oh my god, where's this money gonna come from?
Open up 120 classes for the week. No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do
don't
that,
have
and
to
you'll
do
be
that.
fine. Yeah, then you don't have to worry about it. You'll be all
Yeah.
set.
Oh, good. Well, Kasey, thank you so much for this interview. It's been awesome to chat with you, and thank you so much for being our VIPanda this week.
Absolutely.
Before I say goodbye, I just want to open up the floor for any questions people might have, and anything else you would like to share before we go.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I am so happy to be here today with you, and it was a really pleasant surprise when I saw that you and Gabrielle had gotten to me and said, we want you to be our VIPanda. I was like, what? Is this real? And so I'm so happy to be here. So thank you very much for making that happen, and
You're
thank
so
you
welcome.
for having this wonderful company for you and Arvid, so for putting this together. I know you've done so much, and you've accomplished a lot. So it's you are an inspiration as well. So
Oh, thank you. Thanks so much
yeah,
for saying that.
yeah, absolutely. I know, a lot of people maybe in interviews, it's like you're really excited about being here, but I just definitely want to say I'm very grateful for you.
Oh, you're so
And for
welcome.
your work. Yeah. And let's see, as far as, other things for teachers, I just feel like it's good to maybe with your feedback to try to be positive as positive as possible. I know some students, like I had one today and yesterday, you get these students sometimes, and they could be a little challenging, the classes, but it's good to throw in some little positive notes to say, they really excelled at blending today, or, he did a wonderful job showing me something blue, or, just anything. Because even if it's something that might seem small, it's still a huge step for them, because this is a whole other language.
Yeah.
And so, I can only imagine when I was in Italy, I was trying to learn Italian, and like my pronunciation was awesome, but then at the same time, like there were so many tenses that I just it's hard to understand a lot of it. And so, they're coming a long way. Some of them are having a more of a difficult time, but it's good to try to just be as positive as you can. And then the parents really appreciate it as well. And also it maybe helps you to get some good feedback, hopefully.
Yeah, that's true. But also I think as a learner, I also learned Italian and speak German, and as a learner, it's really important to help you build your confidence, even if there's so many things that are challenges, to find that really positive thing that you can keep growing, and hopefully that just builds out into the rest of your learning. Yeah, I think that's very important. Thank you for sharing that, and thank you so much for being our very important panda this week. It's been great speaking with you.
Yes, it's been so wonderful.
Oh, thanks. Before we go, I want you to tell us where we should follow you on Instagram. I know you have a YouTube channel as well. Are you on IMDb? I think Gabrielle might have said something about that. So please just use this time to just shout out all the places that we should look for you.
Yes, thank you for that. So definitely you can follow me here, teacher_Kasey. So it's KASEYXEX. That's my VIP kid name. If you like I don't know. Yeah. And you can follow me on Facebook if you'd like. So it's just Kasey, Kasey, and then my last name is Mauro, Mauro. And I like to post funny stuff. I mean, not a lot of it's about teaching really on there, because it's more like my normal Facebook, but I try to post funny stuff for my travels or different things. And also I am on IMDb, so you can go on there, and you can also put in my name and it should come up. I don't think there are any other Kasey Mauro, so KASEYMAURO. And you can see just some of the things that I've been in, and not everything's on there, but yeah, it's but hopefully it'll continue to grow, and maybe I'll get that TV show. I could add that on there.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, I hope so. It's a show that I would be working on with my sister, and nice. She does, I don't know, some people, this is it's just interesting. She's been doing paranormal work, where she has her own radio show, and she's going to be doing podcasts, and she's done investigating, and I've gone with her a little bit, but it would be kind of like that. And maybe getting to go to different locations and just things like that. That's more her thing, but then acting is my thing, so I don't know. It'll be
okay. So is there already a title for the show, or is it going to be on IMDb that people can follow and watch the developments of what's going on there?
Yeah, I hope it'll be on there. I'm not exactly sure of the name now. They're in the process of doing the contract stuff, and so we'll see. It might. So
we just have to follow you, and then.
Yeah, definitely follow me, and then you can see my acting journey. I do have an acting page and modeling page too, so you could follow me on there if you'd like.
Great.
And yeah, it's on there. I post a lot of the different things that I do, so definitely. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out my I have several different pages. I'm like, what is it called? But yeah,
If you want, you can just you can put it in your story, and then I'll share it as like a
Okay.
little follow up to this.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Thank you. I will do
Okay,
that
well,
for
thank you
sure.
so much, Kasey. It's been awesome chatting with you. Thank you for sharing all about your life and your teaching journey and some really awesome tips for all the other teachers.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much to Danielle. It's been amazing getting to be a part of this and getting to be your weekly VIPanda here for the
Yay!
week. So thank you. It's been so amazing.
You're
And
so welcome.
so yeah, it's been so nice getting to know you. And thank you very much for everything.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Have a good
Okay.
night or day wherever you
Yeah.
are.
Afternoon.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
So that was our VIPanda this week, Kasey Mauro. Go check her out on IMDb, follow her Instagram page. She's on Facebook. She's an actress, a model, and an awesome ESL online teacher as well with VIP Kid and Magic Ears. And before I wrap this up, I want to show you Ping. Ping got his name, but he didn't, or she hasn't been on Instagram yet. So he's right here. There's Ping, the panda. So thanks again, Kasey, and we'll see you next time. Bye.